Alright, hello neighbors, how's it going here? So today we're going to go over all of World of Warcraft The War Within Season 1 Mythic Pluses. So I've run through all of these quite a bit, so I'm going to give my thoughts on them, on whether I think they're fun, whether I think they were a good fit, and let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start off with the first one being with Arakara, City of Echoes. This is the one with the giant spider at the beginning, and that final boss where you have to basically avoid the vortex and dispel all the poisons. So, if I were to think about this one I've had to run a lot for that trinket at the very first boss. Just trying to get it for my best in slot. Alright, how much fun did I have doing this one? It wasn't incredibly bad. That last boss can be a little frustrating if people don't know what they're doing. But I do like how intricate that final boss is. It kind of feels like a raid boss sometimes. But the difficulty of it can be kind of annoying depending on who you're playing with. So I would say B tier. It's A tier if you have a group that actually knows what they're doing, but lots of times you're stuck with pugs who say they know what they're doing, but don't really know what they're doing despite the achievements or gear. So B tier, it's good. The final boss can make it a little bit of a struggle, but otherwise I have a blast with it. Alright, so City of Threads. So this one feels a little long. Like, it's not incredibly hard, but I find it annoying having to go find the 4 spies and everything. I know they're trying to build up more intricacy with it, but no, C tier. It's just, I don't find it very fun or entertaining. It's just like, oh, now we gotta find these 4 spies. Alright, now we gotta avoid the guard. Alright, someone already went into the guard. It's like in Legion when you have to go through the Suramart one. It was just really frustrating, and it's hard to get a group of it because it seems like no one else wants to do it as well. And it's not a lot of people's best in slot items, but I feel like it could have done better, but that's my thoughts on that. Grim Batol. So we've seen Grim Batol a lot. This is one carried over from Cataclysm, and it has the best in slot for a lot of people, for a lot of their stuff. Their weapons, the trinkets, people trying to get the Scarden's Grace, trying to get the Carnos, trying to get the Gale trinket. And this is the one almost everyone's on par with knowing what to do, and it's just kind of a blast from the past. It's a lot of fun. And it's rewarding if you can actually get the trinket or those best in slot items. And yeah, I'm not completely stressed out if we got a good group. I mean, if you got some dummies who don't know how to do with the third boss, with making sure those incendiary ads are stunned and that you don't run into them, like. But if you got a good group, it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of rewards from it. So I think this is an S tier for this season. Like, I run it a lot and I don't get entirely bored with it. It's a lot of fun, and if you can get those trinkets, it's just gonna make your day. Miss Tierlist Scythe. So I have to put this as C tier. I just find this dungeon to be boring. Like, I don't find it fun at all. The maze is, I know you could do an add-on for it, but that maze is just really annoying. It doesn't add fun. Alright, just because you're adding mechanics to a dungeon doesn't equal fun. The maze is extremely annoying, especially on timed. Especially because sometimes the add-on doesn't even work correctly. Having to dodge the snowballs in the second boss, really frustrating. And then the third boss isn't terrible if people know what they're doing, but some of the ads are annoying with their little poison bursts. But I didn't really find it fun. I'm sorry, I didn't. And I feel like they could have placed a better dungeon here. It's not D tier, it's like completely horrible, but it's not just higher than that. The Dawnbreaker. D tier. So, after all the ones I've done, I found this one to be the absolute worst here. So, how do I explain this here? I just realized I'm missing Siege of Borealis even though I upload the image, but that's okay. The Dawnbreaker. So the first boss is incredibly annoying, especially if people don't know how to place the little circles correctly, or don't know how to avoid the beam, or dispel. So that boss could be incredibly annoying. The having to fly down and defeat all the little lieutenants is annoying as well. I don't find it fun. I don't find this dungeon fun at all. Second boss, also not fun. I mean, it's not hard. You just aim the dark orb down the bridge and it's not really going to damage. But people constantly still just don't get it, even at like +7 and higher. It's like, really, dude, you're at this item level, you have this amount of mythic rating, you can't just do the simple ball mechanic. It's annoying. The third boss, as long as people do the barrels, it's really easy. That one's really easy. It's just getting to the third boss is just a pain in the ass. I don't find this fun. I know they're trying to, like, intertwine, like, actually having to use your flying mounts and stuff, but it just fails in this aspect. Alright, Necrotic Wake. So, Necrotic Wake, I think everything's good on this dungeon, except for that third boss sometimes. I think it's an A tier. Like, I find it extremely entertaining to do this. It's engaging. Like, being able to knock out a bunch of ads by killing one necromancer. Alright, that's really cool. You got all the spears you can save up for the third boss, so you can just blast right through it. The mechanics are actually interesting to work with. I know a lot of people don't like Necrotic Wake. You get down your stone and they're like, ugh, but I don't get that ugh feeling like I do with other ones. I actually find it very entertaining, and as long as your team knows how to do the third boss fight with the meat hooks, like, you're good. Like, this isn't a hard dungeon. It's actually a lot of fun. I could get a couple goodies on some of my tunes. There's some best in slots there. But yeah, I didn't really have a problem with it. I had a lot of fun. But let's move on to the next one. Stone Vault. Stone Vault. It's B tier, a little higher than City of Echoes. Well, City of Echoes, you get the best in slot. I'll play on to City of Echoes. So Stone Vault's not terrible if people know what they're doing with all the ads, interrupting the fears. The crystal boss really isn't hard as long as people are doing crystals. The Machine Mechanist one can be difficult if people don't know the route or don't know what they're doing. I mean, I know what I'm doing now, but it can be incredibly difficult, along with the final boss, people not understanding, having to cleanse the items, cleanse with the voids, make sure they're putting bad on the outsides. I mean, it's not horrible, but I don't have the feeling of, yay, we're going to Stone Vault. I don't have that feeling like I do with, like, Grim Batol. Alright, so the image isn't on here, but Siege of Borealis, come on, let me see if it uploads one more time. Siege of Borealis. Okay, there we go. Alright, Siege of Borealis. Oh boy, Siege of Borealis. D tier. But right above Dawnbreaker, because I just despise Dawnbreaker so much. So Siege of Borealis it's way too long for a dungeon. Like, not even a fun way. You can make long dungeons that feel like mini raids and have it be a lot of fun. Like Karazhan or something. But Siege of Borealis it's not fun. First boss is okay, but you're mostly just running around, just trying to get to the bombs. It's not difficult. The second boss, the little woman with the cans, she's super easy, but it's not entertaining. Third boss, the giant, not really entertaining. You just dodge the waves. The final boss is incredibly annoying. Dealing with the tentacles, dealing with the thing is, those little waters debuff that does damage over time, most healers can only dispel one of them at a time, and a lot of the other characters with dispels can't dispel that specific, I wasn't sure if it's a curse or magic ability, so it's really annoying to deal with. So that final boss, in a lot of groups, I find people have a lot of problems with. It's just too long, it's annoying, and I'm not sure if anyone's noticed this, but it feels like my keystones are almost always Siege of Borealis, and it's so incredibly frustrating. Like, are you serious? Like, I very rarely ever get City of Echoes. I very rarely ever get Mr. Tyr to Scythe. I do get Grim Batol. City Threads, almost never get them, so I feel like there is some sort of percentage-based system with these keystones. because you can tell which ones are just being spammed a lot. Like Stonevault all the time, Siege of Borealis, Dawnbreaker all the time. The ones I'm like, oh, I don't love these ones. But yeah, that's my conclusion to these Mythic Pluses this season for Season 1. Grim Batol, S tier, Necrotic Wake, it's A tier. I don't mind doing that one. City of Echo, Stonevault, B tier, and then there's not a lot of like strong dungeons this season, in my opinion. Sorry, cat's trying to. They need to. This season 2, I hope they do a lot better with picking the Mythic Plus dungeons, because this season just really isn't it, and it's getting incredibly frustrating doing Mythic Plus spams. But I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you agree, disagree, just let me know. I would like to know your thoughts at the bottom, as long as they're cordial. We're going to do a little more tier list in here, a little more World of Warcraft stuff, going over the classes and stuff. And if you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, and as always, come be my neighbor.